Okay, so in the last video, we talked about male energy and female energy starting and coming together. This is going to be the same build upon, different perspective. So we have our male energy. We're going to represent that with orange. So orange works. I didn't test these before. And then we have a green, and that'll be our feminine. And so this will be our feminine line, and then this will be our masculine line. Okay, and now this is the point of origin. The start of creation is the 0 point. As these guys see, they met in the previous, right? It wasn't that. They met in the previous after like a straight line. She brought awareness to him, and
did you guys turn
this awareness is how far can we go with ourselves and our abilities and our realm, and what are our boundaries. So then they set off in straight lines to explore their horizons and their boundaries. And so as he goes forward and she goes forward, they have points of intersecting and meeting, and then those points fill in throughout the graph. And these points are awareness and creations and like thoughts, and like what I've learned and what she's learned create these points. And these points are manifested energies. In the beginning, there's a whole bunch of points that get created in the first moment. There's 5 specific big ones, and let's see if I can. I'm gonna put the phone out. Let's see if I can get. Okay, so we'll draw it like this. Okay, and the reason why this one didn't show up . Okay, these are like the first 5 love languages. So like we have our loves. So you have joy is one of them, and inspiration, gratitude. Yeah, is it ITUDE? Gratitude. I should learn to spell. Love, joy, wonder is the last one. So each one of these has their own unique characteristics. Okay, we have inspiration and joy are masculine, and then masculine, and then love is a feminine characteristic, gratitude's a feminine characteristic, wonder is a feminine characteristic, and gratitude is both. So you have one characteristic, one characteristic, one characteristic, one characteristic, and a balance point. So you'll have like love and wonder, joy and inspiration, and then gratitude. Spell it with an E that time, just in case one of them will be right. Inconsistencies. So as they go forward, they have each other's primary qualities that they use to build on. She has wonder based off of like wonder what we can do and how far we can go with this, and she brings that undying love. So as she was born, his love for himself manifested her, And so like that, he empowered her with that, and she brings love to him, where before her existence he did not have that love. Joy, he's overjoyed for their presence. It's a masculine, that's his masculine trait, is the joy that she brings to him, but he teaches that joy in herself. She has that love trait, and he gets that jollity and inspiration. Her wonder gives him inspiration. She wonders, like, how far can we go, or what can we do with these, what are our limitations, boundaries, like, I wonder what happens. And then like that wonder gives him inspiration to seek out those. And then they have gratitude, is the togetherness. They're grateful for what each other bring to the table and all of that in its fullness. And so as they grow, that gratitude together kind of like builds these lines across, and then it'll work better with our double helix that we were building. And so then they have these connecting points throughout the experience. And in these intersecting points in the middle, they bring together all that they learned while they were separate. And then there's a big clash right here, because like it's a big point. They use that to build off to the next step, and so they learn all of what the other brings to the table. And it's more than just love and joy and wonder and inspiration and gratitude. It's everything that's in between, that they learn what they can do with the limitations of their abilities. So these first creations were created, and they set off the same way on a linear scale infinitely through time. And then as they grow, then when they go forward, they influence these points. That's the duration of the lesson that I've been given for this moment. As we intersect here, these are dimensional points, growth points. You're going to move into the next lesson, the next density, the next level, the next stage. They're points of testing points, and then you're going to go through that and learn with all of that love, joy, wonder, inspiration, and gratitude. And you're going to grow through all of that, and it's going to open up this boundary point so you guys we can explore our limitations with more of what the other has brought to our table. Is now that I've learned from you and you've learned from me, we can take that into our own worlds and then come back around with it and say, this is what I've done with what you've brought to me, because this is what you've taught. Masculine is very stiff, feminine is very rigid, soft and malleable. And so as they grow, his growth is actually more like this. And then his objective is to harmonize this into a more flow, where hers is more curving. And then as they grow together, my drawings aren't that greatest, but as they grow, they curve. She teaches him that flow, that graceful, that dancing curve, and his rigidness starts to become more curvature. And then they start to harmonize more as his, and they learn together. And then their dance, it doesn't bring them so separate as it did in the beginning. They actually like weave together tighter and tighter like a braid each moment.